Hi everyone, and welcome to another mod installation video. I recently caught sight of a comment on the internet about a new mod for Call of Pripyat called Wind of Time, and I thought I'd take a look because it's been getting some pretty good reviews. And I've only done a quick installation on my own machine and just briefly loaded it up, so I haven't actually done much in the way of gameplay. And I thought it would be interesting to play it, the first sort of few minutes of it blind for this video. And basically the story in a nutshell is that it says that there's, in 2014, there is a very strong blowout in the zone. And after that disaster, the zone became more and more aggressive. It advanced in its size, threatening the existence of life on the planet. And fast forward to 2048, we have a time machine that's been invented, and you have to go back in time, as I say, to find out the cause of this massive blowout and eliminate these causes. So that's basically the storyline. And in the download section, you get the Wind of Time 1.3 standalone version. So as you can see, it's very recent, it's only this month. And it also comes with a multi-language patch. Now, to be fair, I've seen far worse English translations than this. It's not that bad. It wasn't so bad that I couldn't get a gist of what was going on. It seemed to be somewhat better than some of these machine translations we see. It's not very good, but it's good enough, I would say, from a brief look when I've spoken to various NPCs. But as I say, I haven't played it for more than a few minutes, so take that with a pinch of salt. And then the other thing that you can also download, they're the two files you'll definitely need, especially this one. There's also an add-ons section. Now, you've got the weather patch here, which I have installed. But there is one also called the HD Models add-on. Now, this you should use at your own risk. Let's have a look at it. Read more. Okay. Right, now we're quite used to, I think most people are quite used to seeing a warning, when it says strongly recommended, blah blah blah, but this actually is something you should take note of. It does say it is actually strongly not recommended, or strongly recommended that you don't play this modification with the HD Models add-on on extremely high options. And when I did install that, I had nothing but crashes. So I have left this off for this video. Whether that'll get fixed in a future patch, I don't know. I did see the effect of the HD models at the very beginning, before I started the game proper, and it does look nice, but the vanilla appearance looks fine to me. It still looks very good. You're not missing out on that much, but hopefully they can fix this in a future patch. I get the impression you need to have a very, very good system, possibly. Maybe a GPU with crazy amounts of memory, maybe a lot of system memory. I'm only running 8 GB of system memory, which, to be honest, for my needs, I'm seeing the limitations of 8 GB now because I use Photoshop and editing software. So I'm looking to go to 16 soon. My GPU 980 Ti has got 6 GB of video memory, which may not be enough for this, I don't know. It probably isn't that, actually. It's probably the system memory. I don't know, but my advice is to not bother with this for now. So I'll close that down. So just to recap, you're going to want the main mod, the language patch if you want English or another language, and then the SWTC add-on, which is weather. I struggle to find the word then. It's weather, and it also makes other changes. I'll just quickly click on that to show you what it does. It's not a very big download, it's only 300 meg. So it adds some textures to the original game, more than 100 new unique textures of the sky, random weather different for all locations, more rain and dark cloudy weather, Complete artistic content, mystical sunrises and sunsets, variety of weather conditions, dozens of breathtaking views. I'm looking forward to seeing this because I haven't actually seen it yet. There's a new moon, new rain. Ideal for all light employed renders, no blackouts or eye damage brightness. Well, that's always nice because some of the effects I've seen before in various mods can look just, you know, not good. And that's basically it. So there's only 3 things really I'd recommend going for here. So let's close that down. So all I've done is to take the main mod, and then you want to extract that. I've extracted it to my desktop, and this is what you get. And then that's the language patch. So just open that up. I went to English, localization. There we are. So I just right click. Obviously I've extracted it to the desktop first, or you know, anywhere you want to extract. I tend to go to the desktop because it's I don't know, I'm just used to doing it that way. It suits me. I've got everything that I need here. It's not too cluttered. So yeah, you just want to send this file into here. So as you can see, you got Russian, but I can't speak Russian, although I wish I could sometimes. So there's your English there, and it's, as I say, it's not too bad. I've seen far worse than translations in some other mods, so it's not that bad. And then the last thing is the weather overhaul. So we've got the bin file there. So I simply just copied that into this one and overwrote any changes. And patches was the same. I just did the same here. Simple as that. So close that, and I left this one separate, which was the one that is the HD models, which so far I've had no joy with. If you get lucky and it works, great, but apparently there are a lot of crashes. So yeah, try it by all means. Hopefully you get lucky. Maybe you've got a, you know, my system's not super high end or anything. It's kind of upper mid range. But you know, for those of you out there with 16 plus gigabytes of RAM, GPUs with, I don't know, 8, 10, 12 gigabytes of video memory, you may be okay. Right, so with that, let's get started. Right, so you should see S.T.A.L.K.E.R Wind of Time 1.3. If I have said Wind of Change during this video, I apologise, because I keep thinking of that song by the Scorpions, isn't it called Wind of Change? Something like that. So, yeah, if I've said Wind of Change, I apologise. It's actually the Wind of Time. You know, that's you're just lucky I haven't started singing it. Right, so just adjust the sound for my video. That should be okay. So let's start a new game. Before I do, let's just check the options. That's my sound options. Game I'm going to be playing on Master. That's pretty much self-explanatory. Video DX11. Maximum quality, my resolution. Advanced. I don't know why I got the anti-aliasing checked off. I'll leave that on. See what that's like. I'll leave that on maximum to start with. But otherwise everything else is set to the max. There's not actually that many options in here compared to some mods. I've turned off depth of field. Actually, I'll leave it on to see how I get on with it, because I haven't actually been outside in the game yet, so it may be alright, but I usually end up turning off depth of field. Because, in fact, the older I get, the less I like it. Right, so let's just apply that. One thing I should add is that I have noticed, it doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes when you apply changes in the, you know, these tabs, particularly the video, when you press apply, you get a blank screen and it will last for quite some time, like, I don't know, I haven't timed it, maybe half a minute. Your game hasn't crashed, or at least it hasn't for me so far, so just be patient. You know, I've known S.T.A.L.K.E.R take minutes sometimes to make a change. Just be patient, it's a funny engine, so it should be okay. Right, so let's start a new game. I'm going to go for Master. I don't know how hard this is going to be. I may have to drop it down, but Master's what I usually start with. I'm just going to pause the recording, check that it's recorded okay, and then I'm going to come back. So see you in a bit. Alright, so I'm back again, so let's select new game and go for master. Alright, here we are. Right, so I have to go and speak to a professor down the corridor. PDA is given to us. Very small thing, but that's quite a pretty little sort of icon there. I like that. That could be something used for an artifact or something, you never know. So this is what it looks like, and I think it looks pretty good actually. Some of the models look the same as they were when I tried the HD pack, but some of them will be reduced slightly. If I've got one criticism of the you know, the intro that we saw there with the text on the screen, is that it didn't always give you very long to read it. I mean, I'm a fairly slow reader, so I'm biased, but I like a reasonable amount of time to read things. There's not much around here really, so you may as well go and see the professor. What I'm going to do is I'm going to skip through this text fairly quickly. You can pause it if you want to read it, but I'm just going to give you a brief blurb of what's going on. So this is kind of like the introduction. Again, he's just sort of going over the story here. It's this sort of blowout explosion that caused a full-scale expansion of the zone, and we have to go back in time in order to stop it. And that just enlarges on that. Gives you details here about where you'll be going, Limansk. And it's just general information really regarding the main storyline. Before the release good, I think that under no circumstances you will not meet with yourself. I think what he's saying there is that by going back in time, I'm not going to actually encounter myself. It's kind of like Terminator. Reminds me of that. Right, so now I've got to go downstairs and speak to another professor. Right, so we've got to go into the door to our left and basically walk up to this time machine. And here we go. Right, so just give it a moment to come to. There we go. In the past, to get to the Limansk Reserve. Let's just check if there's a field of view option. This looks pretty good actually, but I haven't tried this yet. So console FOV. It might not be. Oh, maybe you can. 67.5. That seems lower than what it appears to be. HUD field of view maybe is what I'm thinking of. Let's just try making it, say, I don't know. Let's say make it 80 just to see what it looks like. Alright, that'll probably do. If I feel it's too much, then I'll just drop it down to say 75. But the actual default HUD, I didn't field of view. Sorry, I didn't think it was that bad, to be honest. I thought it looked quite good. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I mean, 67.5 is pretty low. You know, that's quite bad. But that looked more like 75 to 80. So this is the furthest I've got in the game so far. And I have no idea what the hell's going on. So this is completely blind. I haven't played this before. Better get the weapon out just in case.
Freeze! And don't...
Вали!
Пошли, пошли!
Вали, вали его!
Эх!
Накосли!
Bit spongy. These look like what, mercs? That's better. Right, so I know nothing about this really. Have I got any better ammunition than that? That's a grenade. I heard it land and I just couldn't react in time. Right, let's take a bandage. This is this is pretty full on. What have I got? That's water. What's that? I can hear someone. Definitely heard someone approaching. I'm reluctant to go out there really at the moment. Just trying to draw them out. Information about the cache in Limansk. Things in the garbage. He fled from the monolith. Part of the hob had to be thrown into the nearest garbage box. Then I'll go and get it. And then something I didn't see in time. Right, so just give me a chance to actually get my bearings here. Is that a grenade? Okay, we've got a grenade. Yeah, I'm going to turn that depth of field off. I don't like that. Same old. I just don't like depth of field very much. It doesn't work. Now, as I said before, sometimes when you apply something in the menu, it can just take an age to change, but it seems to work. Right, that took a bloody ages to sort itself out, so let's go back. Yeah, depth of field's gone. Ah, there he is. I'm nearly dead. Is that going to stop the bleeding? I like the way the medkits take effect only slowly. That's I quite like that. Right, yeah. God, this is one hell of a start. This makes... yeah, that's the idea I had. I don't know if the health regenerates, but... right, someone else is coming out. He's only got to breathe on me and I'm dead. Just going to make a hard save here in case, you know, things turn around for the better. Yeah, the health does increase again once you've... Oh, man. Let's try that. There's a real annoying little bug here. I don't know if it's a bug or whether it's just the fact this is narrow, but you go to walk through it, you catch on it. Need that like a hole in the head. Just kind of shooting a bit blind there just to hopefully clear these guys out. I'm just going to get my bearings here. Is that vodka? Right, so what about pistols? We've got the Fort M12M Mark II. That's the Browning high-powered. Sure, I can hear something else moving. Maybe not. It does actually seem like there's a very, very faint depth of field effect. Maybe it's my imagination, but I quite like it. It just takes a moment before it focuses when you stop. Right, so that's a LR300. Let's try that. That's a slightly different loading animation that I've seen compared to what I've seen before. I feel so exposed here. Oh, great. Someone's definitely heard me or seen me. Oh, God. Right, so our carry weight's 50k, 50 kilograms, so that's about kind of fairly standard, I think. This is certainly an ambitious project by the looks of it. Excuse me, my voice is going hoarse, so I'm just going to have to clear my throat. Don't know why it's doing that today. Radiation, will that sort of dissipate on its own? I'll see if it does. I like to try these things out. Well, the frame rate, I don't know what it is, but it feels quite good. I've got no complaints. Right, something or someone's seen me. I think it was that guy over there which killed me earlier. You just feel so exposed. Right, that's a med kit, good. I think he's up there somewhere, I just can't quite locate him. Nice lighting effect there. Wait in cover, so I'm safe then. Let's just cure this radiation, because not a good time to... Does that mean they're going to come in here? I think it does, doesn't it? Did I take him out? I think that was quite a lucky shot, really. Yeah, so it said wait and cover, but I don't feel very safe standing here. But I'll find out whether or not it works. At least if it is safe here, we can see to some degree what the sky looks like. But I'm reluctant to move out from here. Can you shoot the light bulbs out? Oh, this is great. It's just little things, attention to detail like that I always like to try out. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this mod brings back one of the early... I think it was a mechanic in the very early days of S.T.A.L.K.E.R, or what was originally intended, but you've got the thirst mechanic as well, and so you have to drink as well as eat. Which, you know, makes sense, because you need water more than you do food. You can go a very, very long time without food. Yeah, anyway, so if I took that guy down, that was a lucky shot. It really was, because I thought I was miles off. But so far, first impressions of this is it's really good. I like it a lot. Very early days, but hoping that's saying you need to get to cover, which I hopefully am. Otherwise, I'm screwed. But it did say wait in cover, so hopefully that's not a bad translation. just suddenly occurred to me it could be a bad translation and I am actually screwed. But I would have thought I'd be dead by now. I hope the emissions aren't too frequent, because I don't like it when you know, you have a faster time cycle in S.T.A.L.K.E.R, which is fine, but if the events are speedy... God, I got him as well. God. But if the events are also sort of increased due to the time scale, then that can go wrong, I think. That's not always a good thing. And as I say, in my OGSE video, I think it's that mod, I applauded the team there for allowing you to alter the time scale, which I think is a great addition. And you know, you really need to see that more often in mods, I think. Although I appreciate it probably isn't an easy thing to do. Probably a right bloody pain, actually, to implement. Right, it's another one. I don't know where these guys are coming from, but... definitely heard something. Yeah, some of those things, that sort of thing, can explode sometimes, depending on the mod, but thankfully that doesn't seem to. I like the sound of the pistol, that's really good. Definitely heard another mercenary. I got binoculars. Yeah, I have. Yeah, let's stay with this. It's a bit, it's not quite in good condition, but much more ammunition and armor-piercing rounds. I'm just going to make a quick save. Yeah, I can hear someone. I don't know where the hell he is, though. Unless he's injured. Yeah, I think he's injured or dying. Not too worried then. Is that a sunrise? Yeah, sunrise bodysuit. I'm just going to take a look over here because I haven't been this direction yet, I don't think. Oh, I see. That's through where the children's playground is. Right, I know where I am now. I won't go through there just yet then. Certainly looks quite different to... those skyboxes look fantastic. That's basically almost photorealistic, really. Semi-photorealistic. Oh, I heard two voices there. I heard the one that's injured, and I think the other one's alive. Yeah, he's over there. He's facing the other way, though. Oh, what the hell? God, that made me jump. Guys in an exo. Merc. Veteran. And I see there's a key. Opens a chest, safe, or a box. I haven't played S.T.A.L.K.E.R for quite a while, not properly, you know, apart from these mod installation videos, and I feel really rusty. So was that guy, yeah, some sort of higher rank than the others? Ah. Love a mod or a game that rewards exploration. And it's little things like, you know, you go in some games you wouldn't be able to get past that, but I like that. Maybe that's, you know, in vanilla, I can't remember, but I do like touches like that. It's things like that that stick in your mind, and if you get enough of them in the game, you know, you can, it'll make you come back for more. So I'm taking my time just walking around because I haven't seen any of this ever before, so it's just nice to sort of take your time. I know I shot a guy around here somewhere. I picked up a gun. Right, I've heard another person. Yeah, it sounds like he's angry rather than injured, whoever he is. I don't know where the hell that's coming from, though. Ah. There it is. See, that's what I mean about grass density. If you... I mean, this it looks fine, but if you do have it up all the way, just be prepared that sometimes you won't find things very easily. And in some mods, that's really not, you know, it doesn't really sort of help if you're, you know, specifically looking for a particular piece of loot. Slightly odd sounding sort of breathing mechanic when you run out of stamina, but it's alright. I suppose what I have to remember is that Clear Sky was DX 10, 10.1, and Pripyat was 11, so that probably explains why I'm, you know, sort of quite impressed by this. So let's make another quick save. Radiation. Frame rate's a bit choppy around here. Let's have a quick... Oh yeah, really bad frame rate now. Terrible. But it always was like that, I think, in the original game. Let's take some vodka again. Just hope I don't get into a firefight with my gun swaying around everywhere. Do I have a detector? I don't think I do I? No, I think we've just got bolts at the moment, that's all we've got. think that's a chemical anomaly there, or something like it. All that hissing. I don't think I've got low crouch enabled in the controls. I'm just going to sort that out. Yeah, it's the key that says is for walk. See, this is what I mean about grass density. Yeah, it's more realistic, I suppose, but it just kind of... I find it more of a nuisance, so let's just drop that down and see what it looks like. Unfortunately, I haven't got a frame rate counter in this game, so... enabled in this recording, so I don't know, how much good it's going to do. Right, grass density, where is it? Blind as a bat. Right, so let's go for half, just to see what it looks like. Now, you may need to restart the game to see any difference, which I will do, because I can edit it, it's not a big deal. It won't affect you. So I'll just save again, and then reload. I might try and get another frame rate counter to work if I can, but OBS is so bloody fickle. It's so temperamental sometimes. Anyway, back in a mo. Right, okay, so I'm back, and this time I've got Shadowplay's FPS counter. It seems a bit louder than what I remember last time. Let's just tinker with the sound a bit. Just turned it down another touch. I like the rain effect, that's pretty good. I'll be a bit surprised if we can go much further in this direction, because it's not actually the way I should be going. Yeah, I think that's basically as far as we're going to go. As you can see, the grass density's been lowered considerably. You could go a bit higher, I suppose, but I'm not going to bugger about with it again and keep taking you out of the action. Done that enough already, so about 2/3 or something, 3/4, and the frame rate, as you can see, or hopefully you can see it, it's in the 80s at the moment, so that's good, more than playable. Right, so we're hungry again, and I'm thirsty. So that's looks like some sort of alcoholic drink. So water is very important in this game. Not bad, huh? Oh man, look at that. That's the best rain effects I've seen in S.T.A.L.K.E.R, I think. Yeah, it's not perfect, but I mean, look at it. It's really looks like it's getting absolutely soaked. Yeah, so you can find bodies much easier. I don't mind a bit of rooting around on that. It makes it, a bit of fun, but it just gets tedious when you've got to wade through so much grass. Alright, let's make another quick save. But it feels really smooth, and even when you save, it doesn't skip and jump all over the place, which is really nice. I suppose that might be something to do with Call of Pripyat itself being generally the more stable game. she is at peace now. Now, earlier on I definitely heard some voices from this direction, so I think we just got fired at, didn't we? That's my... yeah, I'm overloaded, so let's take some vodka. Oh, that's not going to be enough. Oh yeah, well overloaded. Okay, let's drop some of these pistols. Is that the same as that? The HK USP. AK-105. AKM. Not sure which one's better. It might be the AKM actually. Probably needed to be below 60. So let's drop one of these as well. Yeah, okay. Oh, you can actually go in here. Oh, I think you can in the main game actually. Yeah, because it bends to the right. But nothing much going on. Huh, just a random bit of food lying around, that's really good. You know, no matter how small the change is from what you remember, it always makes a difference. Yeah, I think... yeah, I'm getting shot at. Where is that coming from? What the hell? Now, I don't know where I got shot from last time. I'm thinking it might be over there somewhere. But I did wonder if it was one of these taller buildings further on or through there. There was radiation around there a bit, but I wanted to explore a bit more fully before moving on. I can't really see anything. I should imagine it's over from over there. Let's just make another quick save. I wonder if it's the guys that appear on the roof in Clear Sky and some of these buildings on the side. I keep thinking I can see one, but when I zoom in I can't see anything. Apart from a lower resolution texture. But there are definitely guys perched on the roofs in Limansky and Clear Sky. I think there's a few of them. Yeah, he's firing at me again. I don't know where the hell that's coming from. Oh, come on, you wuss move. Where the hell's that coming from? God damn it. It's almost like it's coming from behind me. I mean, if it is behind me, how come they haven't seen me now? Until... Ah, there he is. Oh, son of a bitch. That is sneaky. It's an interesting looking scope. So can you actually go in there? I don't think you can. Well, that was really sneaky. I just couldn't work it out. I was thinking, what the hell? Just wondering if you can get in there, but probably not. Right, I'm getting sniped at again. Right, you son of a bitch. It's probably right behind me again. There he is. Yeah, obviously you can't get up there. They're positioned in there like in a crow's nest kind of thing. So, yeah, that really does catch you out. Oh well, at least you know what to expect now. And their dark sort of uniform kind of blends in to some degree. Yeah, oh god, lucky I stopped. Oh man, that made me jump. I'll say one thing though, and this is going to sound almost a bit silly, but this is possibly the first mod I've ever seen where when you die and it says press mouse 2 to go back to the, is it the menu or something, that actually works. Because normally I have to press escape. Ah, mines. I didn't even see that last time. So how the hell am I supposed to navigate this then? I mean, I've got to go this way, but... I apologise if you can hear my mouse clicking. I'm trying to find a way to remove that, but it's not as easy as it sounds. It's much better since I changed the microphone, to be fair, but you can still hear it a little bit, depending on the game. But yeah, I think eventually I'll have to get a headset as well, which is ideal for gameplays, really. Let's just get this clicking over with. Jesus, how many boxes? Ah, right, so I think I was meant to collect that, but nothing's come up. So unload that and drop that. So what is that? A small suitcase is blue, weighs a bit, firmly locked inside. There is just something, judging by the sound, something is stuffed. Well, as I say, the English isn't perfect, but I've seen much worse. It's good enough. I take it that doesn't work on that then, right? Another thing I'm not so keen on in mods, although I have seen it in some where it's not so bad, but you have to do multiple clicks to crack a box open. It just becomes very tedious. You know, make it no more than, say, 2 at a push. I better go back to using the bolt again. Now this is where I expect to get snipers hanging around. But I've got a lot of anomalies to navigate, so... I would be surprised if I got through this without dying. God, that sound of the sort of the rumbling of the anomalies is almost like thunder. I think also because I'm using more powerful speakers now, so sound takes on a different, you know, it's a whole new experience really when you have new speakers, as I'm sure you know. You know, you hear things that you couldn't hear before. I just think maybe then something started shooting at me. But now I've got to try and work out where the hell it is. Just going to make another quick save here. that's better. Say the zoom on this was a bit too much. Then I realised you could actually adjust it, which I wasn't expecting. Now, I had no idea that was going to be there, but I just, you know, sometimes it does pay to explore in this game. So let's just take some vodka once again. I appear to be out of water, which is not good. Got plenty of food though. What's that? Is that alcohol? Oh, water saturation. So that would appear to help with dehydration somewhat. Oh man, I was just thinking, I wonder if there's going to be any more of those mines, and then a frickin' one was just there. So here you go, it says press mouse 2 to exit to the main menu. I don't think I can even remember that working before, but I press right click here and it works. You know, just a little thing, but someone's finally fixed that. Right. Oh, Jesus. I didn't think I had to worry about it there. Ah. Oh, it's just a random stash container. Just gonna try walking along this bank. I would have thought if there's going to be any more mines, then they'll be on the main road. Mission updated. In the past, go to the Red Forest. Well, I'd rather not go to the Red Forest, to be honest. Well, it shows you how carried away I was getting, because I forgot that I was actually recording just a one-off video for this mod. I was so tempted to carry on playing, but I think this is where I have to leave it. Really, I've got all about a good hour's footage to edit, so. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next time in some other video, probably a Turok 2 video. Bye for now.